What's good, YouTube? It's your boy TSO Sage, and I'm back with another video. And I'm not gonna lie, even though it wasn't a blowout like how I really wanted it to be, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I'm a little bit depressed about not playing Dwight and McGee though. I have no idea when it happened, but we fell in love with 80 at the 5, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. Again, I'm just sad, but I'm not mad at it. In the grand scheme of things, that nigga AD is just great. Bro is actually a better defender and rim protector than Dwight and McGee, and then offensively, what the fuck are we talking about? And he stretches the floor. And I'm not even about to lie, maybe it's a matchup thing that I don't know about, but Dwight is not putting in work. The nigga Dwight can't even get position for the board, let alone get the board all together. Like, bruh, I hate to say it, but that nigga is selling. But fuck that nigga Howard, the Lakers got a dub, my nigga. My man Rondo be real life turn in every single category except scoring, which I really don't understand. That nigga speed's underrated and he's really crafty at the rim. Bro need to turn the shot stick off, get some glasses or some shit, because that nigga will always find a way to get to the rim and then miss the layup. Like, bro, what the fuck? But I still like those out of Rondo though. He was elite at literally everything else. Good shit, my nigga, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna need some points here, motherfucker, because you can't bitch about your nickname and then not live up to it. Oh, don't call me playoff Rondo because I do it all season. Shut the fuck up. Get a bucket. When the hell did Alex get 7 points? Like, when did that happen? I remember that nigga making a 3, and I remember him making that wild ass layup that I thought would get blocked. Well, I guess that is 5, but shit, when the fuck you get 7, bitch? Good shit, Roos. I wish you knew how to give me some buckets while being a good playmaker, but I guess you're like stupid or some shit, so I'm gonna let you slide. Stats wise, Markieff was ass, but based off of what I saw, he actually really wasn't selling. He just didn't hit a shot, but other than that, he was actually solid. Played good defense, and he actually really made some good passes. Now, Kuzma hit his shots tonight, which is really all I asked for that nigga. But I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to upgrade that shit, because I'm not gonna lie, that nigga gave me an aneurysm on defense, bro. What the fuck? Slide your motherfucking feet, dumbass. This nigga Kuzma really be running at niggas like he a fucking track star or something. Bro, slide your damn feet, bruh. How are you a 6'9" pushover, bro? Like, tighten up. But at least he hit his motherfucking shot, so I'm not pissed off at him, but it's just like, damn, this nigga's really bad on defense. At random moments, too. Sometimes he'll be good, and then sometimes he'll be an idiot. Hey, Beavis and Butthead, good shit. Not gonna lie, Danny, I have no memory whatsoever of you hitting your second 3, but hey, you hit it, so fuck it. Still a bum bitch though, but hey, KCP, I see you, boy. I don't know if I'm ready to call him KC Finals MVP quite yet, but hey, look, if he can give me that for the rest of this series, I'd really appreciate that. But I still hate Danny Green. Moving on. This nigga AD is just built different, bro. There's no other way to say it. All respect in the world, to be honest, but that DPOY trophy should be held by Anthony motherfucking Davis, nigga. And as I stated earlier in the video, yeah, I miss Dwight and McGee, but at the end of the day, that nigga AD really could be the best center if he played center. Offensively, them niggas not even trying to guard him no more. They're trying to stop him from getting the ball. If that nigga catches the ball, they pretty much concede the bucket or double him. Which, by the way, they hacking that nigga like a motherfucker on the low block, but they not gonna call it. It's the finals. But yeah, they got no answer for that nigga offensively, and defensively, they ain't got no answer either. Because let's say Jimmy Butler has the ball and he's trying to run a pick and roll. What would usually be a screen set by Bam and then Jimmy working on the center is now Jimmy working on Anthony Davis. I fuck with Jimmy so tough, but if that nigga AD is checking him, yeah, pass that rock, bro. You ain't scoring. And granted, Miami did figure it out, and they have guys like Duncan or Harrell set the screen, so Jimmy gets matched up with a weaker guard. But that's not exactly your optimal choice in a pick and roll. After all, a pick and roll is designed to create mismatches. But unless he gets the switch on a nigga like Caruso or some shit, a nigga like Jimmy Butler would get guarded by KCP or Danny Green anyway. And if Jimmy Butler's gonna play bully ball for 48 minutes, I'm not gonna lie, we're just gonna have to take that. If he drops 40 again, so fucking be it. And that's if the word rotation never existed. Now, if a nigga like Tyler Herro were simply a better shooter or better at basketball altogether, it'd be a whole different issue. Don't get me wrong, Tyler Herro's a motherfucking bucket, nigga, but I'm saying he's not of that all-star caliber. He's not good enough to where you run through Tyler Herro running a pick and roll all game. That's just some shit that will never fucking happen. At least for this series, that nigga future bright as hell. And before I really get to LeBron James, I have to say one more thing about Jimmy Butler. Jimmy, I know you're not a Westbrook type nigga, like I know you know your strengths and weaknesses, but hey, bro, you gotta pull that motherfucking 3. You selling like shit every time you don't shoot the open 3. It fucking works, so fair enough. Good shit, Vogel, but at the end of the day, the Lakers are grossly playing Jimmy underneath on every screen. As I stated earlier, Anthony Davis is definitely making it hard for Jimmy Butler to run the pick and roll. But the nigga Jimmy is really making his life a lot harder than it needs to be. It ain't even gotta be a 3, like this nigga forgot what a jump shot was. The mid-range game murdered us in game 3, but game 4, I guess that nigga got amnesia or something, because now he's just slashing like he's Michael Kidd-Gilchrist or some shit. Which, I mean, is fine, I guess. I am a Lakers fan after all, but I thought I'd just be neutral and mention the fact that Jimmy really could be killing this shit if he just shot the damn ball. And usually I would talk about other Heat players, but now I want to actually talk about LeBron James for the rest of this video. Look, y'all, I'm not saying LeBron regressed or anything, but that nigga has not been it since game 2. In fact, if I really gotta be honest, that nigga ain't been it since the first 6 quarters of the damn series. Obviously, his fan base is really sensitive, so I do want to mention that I'm holding him to LeBron's own standards. And if you didn't watch the games fully, you wouldn't know what the fuck I'm talking about, because stats-wise, LeBron James is going dumb. The nigga's averaging 28, 9, and 11 on 54% shooting from the field and 36 from 3. But if you're watching the games, to be honest, you probably know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm really not. Let's just be honest here. LeBron's taking plays off. LeBron's playing scared. Lord knows how passive he's been. And let's just keep it 100, y'all. This nigga selling like shit in the 4th quarter. LeBron isn't seizing the momentum point at all, bro. He'll do some shit that LeBron can only do, where he'll like split a double team, spin around and lay the ball up for an and one on some crazy ass shit, and the foul probably be a flagrant. And then fuck scoring the ball, LeBron won't touch the ball for 5 straight possessions after that. And the niggas who watch the game are gonna know what I'm talking about when I say this, and it's gonna sound weird initially, but he's not being a really decisive passer. The nigga is averaging 9 assists right now. I'm not saying he's not hitting the open man, but he's not creating for niggas like how he used to. Like, if you're not open, you're not gonna get the ball in those tight windows in which you'll now be open. LeBron is really good at making niggas open when they're not open, and now he's not doing that at all. And while I'm on the subject of him passing, this nigga's not careful with the ball at all. In game 1, he had 2 turnovers. In game 2, he had 0. In game 3, that nigga had 4 turnovers in the first quarter, and then he did it again in the 4th. And last night, the nigga had 6 turnovers. Like, bro, tighten the fuck up, nigga. In the past 2 games, that nigga's averaging 8 assists on 7 turnovers. Like, bro, what kind of ratio is that, Westbrook? Like, what is that, nigga? Like, who is this guy? And then you'll have the niggas being like, Skip's a hater. Doing it. Like, Skip is a fucking hater. Let's be real. But I'm gonna tell you how serious this shit really is. That nigga LeBron is 0-9 from 3 in the 4th quarter. That nigga LeBron has had 14 turnovers in 2 games. And in the sense of looking lost, being passive, being scared, or just simply not playing as well as he could be, the nigga is definitely giving me the vibes he did in 2011. These are all things that Skip Bayless has said, and that y'all would be like, girl, you're just a fucking hater, dude. Like, bro, he's not fucking lying this time, though. I'm not saying LeBron is dog shit. I'm not saying LeBron sucks, any of that crazy ass shit, but at the end of the day, LeBron needs to be held accountable. Hell, Anthony Davis knows he needs to be held accountable. That's why that nigga's starting to press him out in practice and shit. And no, I don't live in the fucking bubble, but there's been several reports about it, and LeBron even admitted it after the game that Anthony Davis really been on his ass because he expects LeBron to be great, and he's not been playing great. It's that simple. And I'm not gonna lie, unless Bron has a game 5 to dimensions that I've never seen before, if this nigga win finals MVP, y'all kinda dick sucking, bro. Anthony Davis on both ends has been by far the most important player in this series. By far. It's not fucking close. As I said earlier, there's been a couple plays in which I'm like, damn, only LeBron could do that, or some wild shit like that, but in the grand scheme of things, fuck no, it ain't even close. And I'm not one of the crayon eaters that's like, oh, LeBron has help, girl, you suck. Like, no, I'm actually glad the nigga doesn't have to do every goddamn thing in the goddamn finals. But I just know how the media and Twitter niggas finna be. They're gonna see his stats, they're gonna spin it, they're gonna give him finals MVP, they're gonna do a bunch of shit that he does not deserve. And this isn't a slander LeBron James segment, but I'm just speaking in terms of reality. After game 3, niggas was on the air talking about Anthony Davis sold LeBron James. Like, nigga, huh? That nigga LeBron ain't do shit either. The whole team ain't do shit. The nigga Jimmy had a 40-point triple-double. How the hell is it just Anthony Davis' fault? Bruh, tighten up. So I guess I'm gonna end the video with this. I'm happy LeBron has help. I'm happy LeBron doesn't have to supercalifragilisticexpialidocious the goddamn finals just to win 3 games. The nigga is 35 years old, about to be 36, and is still the most disrespected player I've seen in NBA history. But that shit works both ways, my nigga. Like, bro, you gotta tighten the fuck up. I already stated in an older video that this ring ain't gonna be too much for his legacy, but I'm not gonna lie, this is a bottom 3 final series from LeBron James by far. Not even close. And considering expectation, considering how favored he is, and considering how great this nigga really is, comparing that to how he's performed, there's no way in hell this ring solidifies him as your GOAT. There's no way. The shit don't matter to me. LeBron can be mid all he wants to as long as we get a goddamn ring. But in terms of the highly anticipated GOAT debate after this series ends, no fucking way LeBron's your GOAT after this series. He must have been your GOAT prior to this series for you to actually justify it. He's still the best player in the world, and he's by far and wide the 2nd greatest player of all time. But he's far from perfect, and in this series, to be quite honest with you guys, he wasn't even the best player on his team. But that's gonna do it for today's video. It's been your boy TSO Sage. Even though I feel LeBron hasn't been the best player in the series, it's a really good argument that he actually was. So if you feel that way, comment below. I just hope we all agree that we don't fuck with Danny Green after one night. But if you guys like the video, don't forget to like the video. If you guys like my content, subscribe. It means a lot. And this has been your boy TSO Sage. I'ma holla at y'all next game. Take care and stay blessed.